Okay, Shipra, we are live.
Okay, so I think we can start. Cool. So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all the colleagues, the resource person, Dr. Nikhil Rajput, for today, and the participants who are viewing this live session on visualization of data. Uh, Today's resource person is a doctorate in computer science from Jawaharlal Nehru University. Dr. Nikhil Rajput is currently associated with the Department of Computer Science, Ramanujan College, University of Delhi. In 2015, he represented the University of Delhi in West College, Scotland, UK, under the UK India Education Research Initiative project. He was also one of the 19 delegates selected by TAFE Australian to visit Canberra under Australia India Wealth Program 2017. Dr. Rajput has published several research papers and in international journals and has been a part of various international conferences. He has been invited as a resource person for various training workshops and seminars in institutions like AIMS Delhi, South Asian University New Delhi, Mumbai University, HRDC Pune University, Assam University, and colleges of University of Delhi like Jesus and Mary College, Daulat Ram College, Lady Shri Ram College, and many more. He has convened and coordinated more than 40 national faculty development and induction programs and has also been responsible for the advisory and technical aspects for many international conferences. Dr. Rajput has also served as a reviewer of several journals and conferences and has done consultancy work for SBI officers election automation. And he is presently the principal investigator for two star innovation projects of University of Delhi. He was also the national course coordinator of an MHRD SWAM online course. And recently, Dr. Nikhil Rajput got a major project of about 40 lakhs from the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, for building a solution for interactive and immersive framework for cultural heritage sites. It is quite heartening to have Dr. Rajput join us for this live session and spare his time for taking a session on visualization of data. So, on this note, over to you, Dr. Rajput.
Thank you, Shipra. So without any delay, I will start the session. I'm just going to share my screen. Participants, they can raise their questions in the chat, YouTube chat box if they have any doubt. So the session is going to be hands-on, and I will cover few tools for this visualization of data. Okay, and there will be, several type of I will just cover several type of tools if time permits, and I will also cover few open source tools which you can use for visualization of data, whether it is numeric data or non-numeric data. So I will try to cover both kind of data. And to start with, I will start with this first tool, which is raw graph. So you will have to just open your browser and type rawgraphs.io. So this is online open source kind of visualization tool for several kind of data, and I will just go through few examples. Then I will show you how, if you want to visualize your data, how you can do that through rawgraph.io. And after that I will try to cover few other tools also. Okay, so this is not going to be a very long session, and I cannot cover the whole part of it. So I will just introduce these tools. You can explore it on your own, and if you have any doubt, you can just post your queries in the discussion forum, or maybe email me anytime. So I will try to resolve those queries. Because since it's a very big topic, visualization of data is, it's in itself is a very big topic in which a separate FTP can be organized. Okay, so I will just try to just give you the glimpse of this tool, how you can use that. So let me start with some examples. Gallery. So you will see a few examples here. For example, this raw graph has been used to draw this graph. The population history of your cities, they have not been this is a graph which has been plotted. You can see this is a timeline and population data. So this is one of the example. uh, Let me show a few other examples like this one. So this is a hierarchical graph, which is again, quite, you can make this this is called as dendrogram. So you can visualize this dendrogram also using this raw graph. Let me see few other examples. So this is again, you can just explore this. So this is, for example, this is a historical data, you can say, the dynasty of Saudi Arabia, Saudi dynasty, and you can see this is a central node and different external node emerging from it. Okay, so you may find this, you may think that this is very difficult to draw, but I will show you how you can draw it within minutes if you have data ready with you. Okay, so these let me show a few more one. So this is again a political party. I think this is from some other language. I don't know. This is called as bump chart, and this is for the political data. Okay, so uh, these are so you can explore these this gallery to just see how different kind of graph can be plotted. So I will explain few of them and will show you how to use raw graph to draw this kind of graph. So these were the gallery. Now to if you want to draw your graph through raw graph, so what you will have to do, you will have to click on this link, use it now. Okay, so I will explain it again. Go to rawgraph.io and click on use it now, and you will find this one. So this here you have the option to put paste your data. So either you can paste your data if it is ready with you on Excel, so you can just copy and paste your data here. Okay, I will repeat this. If your data is ready with you in Excel, or maybe in Word or any other format, you can just copy and paste here. Okay, so it must be in the CSV form, that means comma separated. So all your data should be comma separated. Okay, so for example, if you have population data, then you can say that city comma population, city comma population. So all those data should be in the CSV comma separated form. So you will have to just copy paste your data. You can copy and paste and from anywhere. You can upload your file. So it's if it is in the form of tab separated, comma separated, so JSON, Excel file, in any other format, in these kind of format, you can upload your data by clicking on this upload file link. Okay, so you will have to click on this button and open your Excel or CSV file and upload it here. So paste your data, direct copy paste, upload your data from URL. If you have data ready, say in CSV format in your Google Drive or any other web link, you can copy paste it here. So I will not explore this in detail, because these two examples, in these two things will work. Okay, so pasting your data and uploading your data from here. Okay, for now I will just use few samples, which the data which are already there. So you can see the movie data is there, biggest cities per continent, animal kingdom. So these data are sample data. I will try to use these data to plot a different kind of graphs. So I will select this one, movie. So you can see the data is in this format. So these are the fields: movie, genre, production budget, box office, ROI, rating, IMDb. So I'm just using, you can see the few of data are non-numeric, like genre is non-numeric data, and few data are numeric. So few, the audience, the participants are from different backgrounds. Some are from history, some are from the humanities background, arts, English. So you will for I what I feel that most of humanities background, they tackle with non-numeric kind of data. So please listen to this lecture, and even I assure you that you can use non-numeric data to visualize these kind of graphs also. Okay, so with numeric, there are different other tools also, and I am sure that most of us use for numeric data visualization. Like for example, Excel itself, it provides several kind of graph. SPSS is there, R is there, Python is there, tableau is there. So there are different kind of tools available for numeric data visualization, but I will try to cover few non-numeric data kind of visualization also with this raw graph. Okay, so this is the data of movie. Now if you scroll down, you will see different options available here for plotting. Okay, so there are different categories of plots, like dispersion. If you want to see you know just see the range of set of data and illustration, whether data groups or it is dispersive in nature. So dispersive, you have these five options: contour plot, convexal, hexagonal binning, scatter plot, Verneuil, and B swarm plot. So for most of the numeric kind of data, these things, these graphs are useful for dispersion measurement or dispersion visualization. For distribution, if you are using SPSS or R or Excel, then you have different options there also, okay, to see the distribution pattern. But you will find a box plot. Most of us use box plot in Excel and maybe in SPSS also, but this is some new like B swarm plot, so you can explore this one. Hierarchy, so this is for non-numeric kind of data. It can be used like a circular dendrogram. For example, the dynasty data, or maybe some political party data, or any kind of non-numeric data. You can use this circular dendrogram or cluster dendrogram. Okay, so if this is, suppose you want to show the Mughal history, then you can use this cluster dendrograms to show how the kings and their successors were there. So you can just visualize this with this hierarchy or cluster dendrogram. Okay, circular dendrogram or cluster dendrogram. Hierarchy weighted, if you have the mixture of data, like you have numeric as well as non-numeric data. So few things are in numeric form and few things are in non-numeric form. Then you can use this circle pack, this hierarchy weighted type of graph. So circle packing, sunburst, tree map weighted. So these can be used in the case of mixture, mixed form of data. Multi-categorically, this multivariate, again this is related to numeric kind of visualization. So multivariate, bar chart, pie chart, these are available in SPSS and R and Excel also. So but these two are interesting, like RVL diagram and parallel multivariate, for multivariate visualization, parallel coordinate. Again, for humanities, or maybe say for history people, or maybe geography, political science, these are this is interesting, Gantt chart, time chunks. So again, for duration, for example, if you are a law faculty and you want to display, like for example, which case long, there are few cases which are very long, which is very longest pending cases in, say, high court and district courts. So you can visualize those things through this Gantt chart, or any kind of time chunk data can be visualized using Gantt chart. Time series data, so time series, we most of us for the statistical analysis, they came across these kind of data, time series. So they can use area graph, bump chart, horizon graph, and sting graph in other format, like for example R and Python, or maybe in Excel or SPSS, they use simple line plot of thing for visualizing time series. But here you will see these four options are also there. And again, it also provides custom add your chart. So suppose you have created some new kind of chart, you can submit it there, so that other people can use those kind of charts. So this is again the option available here, if you have created some new kind of chart. So let's start with this data, and let's explore, say, any kind of maybe I will use this circle packing, or maybe, yes, let me start with this one, circle, or maybe for dispersion. So I'm just I will repeat this step. I have clicked on this try our samples. I have used this movie data, and I'm just going to start with this scatter plot, because few of us are familiar with this one. So scatter plot, click on this one, scroll down, and you will find all the fields here. Okay, so I will repeat this again. Click on try our samples. If you have your data ready with you, then you can copy paste your data here. And I'm just, for the demonstration, I'm using this data which is already there. So try our samples, movie dispersion. So this is the data which is comma separated. So the movie name is Avatar. It belongs to action genre. uh, Production budget is 237 and box office collection is 2784. uh, ROI, I'm not sure what exactly the ROI, and IMDb rating is 8. So it is very highly rated movie. And so you can see the data is comma separated. And I have selected this scatter plot now, and all the fields will appear here. So now you will have to drag and drop your fields here. So here you have x-axis, y-axis, and it is written that it the x-axis value should be in the form of numbers or dates. Again, for y-axis, numbers and dates. For size, numbers only. For color, numbers, strings, dates. For label, numbers, strings, and date. So these three will you will have to drag only numeric data in these three fields: x-axis, y-axis, and size, because it is written here numbers. You have the option of date here, but no, I don't think that yeah, so there are no date type of data here. So we have only option for dragging only numeric data in x-axis, y-axis, and size. For colors, we have the option of strings also. So non-numeric data can be put in this color field and label field. So let's start with this graph plotting. So let me put production budget in the x-axis. So I will just drag it here. Okay, so production budget in the x-axis and box office collection in the y-axis. So in the x-axis, it will show the production budget, how much cost it took to just make that movie, and this is the box office collection. Now we have the option like let's see this graph. So this is a very raw type of graph, uh, where nothing can be generalized. So let me put some other data. So what I can do, I can put movie data in the label. Okay, so that I can see the name of the movie. So you can see now this Titanic Avatar movie is there, which has y-axis contains the box office collection. So Avatar movie has collected largest amount of money in the box office, and the budget is also very high. So Titanic is in the second position, and you can see Pirates of Caribbean and X-Men and the kind of extra ET movie, which is of very low budget and which has also collected a decent amount of money. Okay, so you have got a mail. So you can see different movies and box office collection in this graph. Let me put a few more things. For example, you can see the whole all the circles are of same size. Okay, so we can make it more appealing by uh, dragging one more field in the size. Okay, so what I can do, you can just drag this box office in the size again. So you can see y-axis also contains box office and size also contains box office. So now you can see the size will the circle size will vary according to the box office collection. So Avatar movie, you will see it's the radius of this Avatar movie circle is very large, because I have dragged it in the size field. Okay, this field is empty, so maybe I can put genre. So since it can take the string value, so I can put this genre in this box. So genre string is there. Now it looks very appealing now. So you can see now the color has been changed, and you can see adventure action movie is in the red color, adventure movie green color, and all the genre you can also identify the genre based on the color. So now all the fields are filled here. All the fields have some kind of value: production budget, box office again in the size, color, label. Even one field can contain one field here can contain more than one thing. So let me try if it works. Like for example, if I put this ROI number here also, so you can see. Okay, so it is not working. Let me try. Yeah, no, so it is taking only one value. Let me try it here. Label. Yeah, so here you can see label contains now two values. So it shows the phantom minus comma 8.9. So whatever the value of ROI is there, it also contains two values. So one this thing box can contain more than one field if it allows it. Okay, so even you can have color for different maybe for the rating. Let me try this. No, it is not taking. So rating is there, color according to rating. So genre, it only takes only one value. So you can try if if it takes more than one value. Okay, so you can consider this to be a final graph. Now if you want to use in say your research publication, or if you want to copy and paste it in your Word file, so what you will have to do, you will have to just download it from here. So you have different options here: vector graphics, image PNG, and JSON. So maybe image PNG, type the name of the file, plot one, and download. Okay, so you can download this, and now you can copy paste it anywhere. So this is the final picture. Okay, now you can just copy it and paste it in the Word file, and you can use it in your say any kind of research or any kind of article. I hope this is clear. If you have any doubt, then you can just post it in the YouTube chat box. Okay, so this was the first example, and maybe you can try some other kind of graph. So maybe say Verneuil tessellation. This is again for dispersion. uh, you will have this kind of value, and it might it is the possibility that all for all kind of data all kind of visualization is not possible. So maybe scatter plot is very appropriate for this kind of data, and maybe it cannot be appropriate for Voronoi tessellation. So let me try this one, if it is appealing or not. So now this Voronoi tessellation has three options: x-axis, y-axis, and color only. Okay, so let me put production budget in the x-axis, box office collection in the y-axis, and maybe movie name in the color. Okay, so this is there, but you will find that it's not very appealing and it's not very useful for this kind of data, since it has only numbers, and there's no field for label. So you cannot visualize the name, you cannot see the name of the movie. So this kind of visualization is not that appropriate for this movie data, but surely it is useful for scatter plot dispersion. Maybe let me try this one also. So hexagonal binning. So I have this data, and I am trying hexagonal binning. So it only contains two kind of data. Again, it will not that much useful, but let me show you how it will look like. So this is hexagonal binning. So you see this hexagonal binning, if you have only two data, then and you just want to see the packing thing, so you can use this hexagonal binning. Otherwise you will have to find out which visualization is better for your data. All right. uh okay, so let me try another sample. Say biggest city per continent. So this is uh, continent name, country name, city name, and the population. And let me try say circular dendrogram. I'm not sure whether it will be that much useful, but let me try. So hierarchy, drag numbers, strings, and data. So we have three options here: numbers, strings, and dates. So let me start with say city, and I will put population here also. Okay, so you see this circular diagram is there. So every city and its population is there. uh, I'm sure that this is not that much appealing, but you can again, it depends on the data. But you can see the visualization is quite easy. You just have to drag and drop the things here, and you can download it and use it. So maybe I will try one more field here. So let's see how it looks like. I will have to put it at the top. So country name, city name, and its population. So United States, we have Philadelphia, Houston, Chicago, and Los Angeles, New York City, and different India, we have Delhi and Mumbai. So city, name of the city, sorry, country, city, and the population. Even I can try this continent name also. So I will put continent name. You will see the this sequence also matters, since you can see South America, it is not that much appropriate. So I will drag and place it at the top. So now I think it will be more appropriate. So continent, countries, and uh, this one, your cities and populations. So this is circular dendrogram. I have drag and drop all the fields in the same box here. Okay, let me try a few other ones. Say this I think this will be more appropriate for this kind of data. So circle packing. So hierarchy, now we have the option of numbers, strings, dates here, number, color, drag numbers and string dates here, and drag numbers here. So let me try that data with this one. So maybe I can put size, uh, this population here, and label I can put the name of the city, continent, and maybe country for the country. Let me see how it looks like. So you can see Jakarta, Philadelphia. So all those, since the data is quite large, so that's why you cannot visualize whole data in this same picture. So I will have to change a few things here. So maybe I should remove this one, uh, and I should put, let me try this one. So now it is better than the previous one. So I have put hierarchy, the population data here, and maybe population data here also, so that the size can vary. Now I can see Shanghai, Shenzhen. So it is uh, according to the size, population size. The circle, the diameter of the circle will vary. Okay, so population size, maybe so country. So country, I have placed this country in the color field. So you can relate that green color, all the green color are for Asia, and this one for Africa, and so the color name is according to this one. Okay, and label, so we definitely want to see the name of the city, so I have put this in that, in this one. Okay, let me try if it can contain more than one field. Yes, so it is now, you see the this country name. So all Chinese cities in the bigger circle, Indian cities. So you can try different permutation combination for your data. Okay, so this is again the continent name according to the continent name. Okay, and maybe you can try the color one also. So I have put, let me see if, no, it's not working. So in the color field only one value can be there. Okay, so if you see, now you can again download this data in any format and use it in your paper. Okay, so this was kind of data. If Shipra, are you there? If, and there's any query related to this?
Yes, sir. There are two, three questions. Yeah. So the first question is that does it support all kinds of files, raw graph?
Yeah, so the formats are there as I shown you. So TSV tab separated, comma separated, which all Excel kind of files are there, and one more JSON file, which is specifically in the this is very recent one in the computer science. So you have data from the website, so it's mostly it in the form of JSON, and all Excel format will work. So if you have data ready in the Excel format, you can upload it directly here and use it.
Okay, and then there are two interrelated questions that how to use these graphs for humanities research article, and how to
Mhm.
use them in literature.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So is there any another query? I will take it
Okay,
further.
then I
So
think you will deal with the last question then. Example of non-numerical or scientific data.
okay, okay,
Actually,
okay,
yeah.
okay, fine. So you as I shown you that there are some kind of data which are non-numeric, or maybe some date kind of thing. For history, for example, if you want to show some timeline, like which war happened when, and some kind of relationship between different countries, or different things. So for non-numeric data, for example, this time chunk for history people, and maybe for the English literature also, if you have, say, uh, literature which is based on the timeline. I'm Because I'm not from the history or humanities background, I cannot justify exactly with your question, but I can try it. Okay, so suppose this is the data. I will show you this again. Lineup chunks, and so this is the data where you have only the name, and the timeline, and vocals, was the name of the artist, and the starting career, and career, and what instrument he or she used to play. Okay, so now this is the data. Let me try this with this Gantt chart, and you will have to put all those things here. So uh, this can contain numbers, strings, dates here. So maybe I can put okay, I will put start date here and date here. So it's very simple one, and numbers are strings. So maybe I can put say, let me see this if this works or not. So you can see the timeline data for Steve Harris, the longest time, Dave Murray. So there was a break in this Dave Murray. I don't. This one for Adrian Smith, and this is the data with the relation for this timeline thing, time chunk thing. You can even make this more colorful. Like I can try this one and put it here. So now all the colors are different, and so this is one of the example where because I think humanities, they come across this timeline, time chunk kind of data thing. Okay, the other option can be like this circular dendrogram, as have shown that circular dendrogram, and maybe I can put all non-numeric data. So this string is there, and maybe role. Okay, so you can see there's no numeric data here, only the name string and role string. So Bruce Dixon, he used to play, he is a Bob Sawyer, he used to play guitar, and guitar. So you can see this can be done, and even you can exchange this one. Let me try this one also. So now you can see guitar, these were the main artists of guitar, and drums, these were the artists, and so this kind of visualization can be done. So you can see the any no data here, it is in the form of new numbers. Okay, all the data is in the form of. So this is one of the most commonly used uh, this visualization for non-numeric. So chunks, time chunks, and circular dendrogram, and maybe this cluster dendrogram also. Okay, so maybe I can put role and name here. I can see guitar, vocals, drums, and beats, and these are the artists. So you see visualization quite easy. You just download it and use it in your paper. Okay, so this these are the example, maybe this one also, but it again requires some kind of numbers. But few of things like if you have some kind of data in the form of dates, and if you have some kind of data which is a mixture. Okay, so for example, history people can say that number of wars fought between, say, India and in the different kind of wars like Maratha and they say Afghanistan, or Maratha, Anglo-Maratha, Englishmen and Marathas, and different kind of combinations. So here the number is also involved, and people, this non-numeric data is also involved. So you can just find out which, as I shown you, for example, this hierarchy kind of graph, it will work for them for non-numeric kind of visualization. Even multi-categorical data can be used for non-numerical data, and time chunks, and in few cases this time series may also work, not in every case, but in few cases it can work. Okay, but for example, this distribution kind of things on mostly numeric data is required, so you cannot visualize non-numeric data in this distribution or maybe in dispersion. Okay, so this was about basic introduction about raw graph. I you can try it on your own, and uh, you can come across several kind of graphs. And as I said, this is a very easy to use graphs like cluster dendrogram, circular dendrogram, and Gantt chart. You can use, anyone can use these kind of data, and this circle packing and tree map, scatter plot, these are again very commonly used, and it makes very attractive. And for the higher things, so for visualization like alluvial diagram, let me try this one if I can try it. This alluvial diagram, so I will have to use different, say, multi-categorical. So this is a Titanic data, Titanic ship data, class, survival, name, gender, age group. So this is again comma separated data. And let me try this alluvial diagram, multi-category. So there are different categorical data because different fields are there: survival field, gender, age group. Even you can see there are different kind of non-numeric data is there. So maybe I can start with this gender, and maybe age, and I will have to put some more fields here. um, Class, okay, so this is alluvial, so male, female, and this class 1, class 2. So I'm not sure what exactly class was. So uh, class is 1. Okay, so yes, no, no, class 1, class 1, class 1. So mostly I think the class 1 is there. Maybe it is related to what kind of class was it. So class 1, which who were traveling the class 1 cabin or class 2 cabin. Maybe I can use a few others: parents, ticket number, fare group, destination. Oh, it destroyed this. So you will have to find out uh, to visualize if it is appropriate or not. But you can see, if I can relate this is a class 3 uh, travelers, and class 3 travelers mostly belong to, I think the class 1 traveler male are here, and class 1 female are here, class 2. So this is a alluvial diagram which shows the correlation between the travelers in different classes and gender, and the color shows the age. Okay, so uh, different color combination, maybe this belongs to one age group, this belongs to a second age group, and this belongs to third age group. So this shows in the correlation between different class of travelers in the Titanic ship. And the age group, and the gender. Okay, so three fields which can be visualized through this. So you can see I have used only exactly the, you cannot say this is the exactly numerical or maybe quantitative analysis, as the only the age field is the number. Otherwise you can see it as more a qualitative kind of analysis in this case. Okay, and so this was different kind of diagrams and different kind of visualization which you can use through this one, raw graph. If you have any doubt, I can take it. Otherwise, I will show a few other tools which you can explore. As I said, it is very difficult to cover all those aspects in a single lecture, or it might require, if you want to cover different kind of, maybe few kind of visualization. If you want to cover that, you can use SPSS for that. But if you want to go for some new kind of innovative kind of visualization, then you can use these kind of tools. Okay, otherwise for basic kind of visualization, Excel is sufficient. If you want to go ahead, then SPSS is there, and one more step ahead, then you can explore R and Python for that. But it covering SPSS or covering R or Python, it may require a separate 15-day or 7 days activity for that. So it's but with this these kind of tools, the graph plotting or graph visualization is quite easy, because you have to just drag and drop things, and you can have your graph. Okay. uh,
So yes, there are one or two questions regarding downloading this graph. So participants are asking, when the graph is downloaded, do we need to attach the legend separately, or is it possible to download the diagram contents along with the diagram file?
okay, so you don't have much option here, but you can make few changes here. Like for example, you can change the width and height of the graph, and opacity and size. So you can make these kind of changes. But if you want to make more changes in it, then you will have to use some kind of image editor. Okay, so maybe in the paintbrush you can uh, just make some few changes in the paintbrush. And to download it, you have if you want to use it in the paintbrush, then PNG option is the appropriate one. You will have to just name the file, so whatever you want to name the file, download it. And now you can open it in paintbrush and make, if you have want to make, put some value in the x-axis or y-axis. In most of the cases you will find that the values will be there. But if you still want some kind of you want to make some kind of changes, then you can use any kind of you know picture editor. Okay.
And yeah, so this participant is asking if the graphs can be connected with statistical table data, and to what extent these graphs replace a traditional bar chart, pie chart.
I would not recommend that for bar chart and pie chart you should use this one, because bar chart and pie chart, you will find that Excel is sufficient. Even Microsoft Excel, you can have your bar chart and pie chart. If you want to have some kind of different kind of, because I don't think that circle packing or tree map or alluvial diagram, it's there in the Excel. So if you want to have some new kind of graph, then only you should use this raw graph. Otherwise, for basic type of graph, I think Excel is sufficient for basic bar graph, for basic pie chart. You can even use this here also, but I don't think you should switch to raw graph to just make your bar and pie chart. For different kind of graphs, like if you want to have, say, a 180 tessellation, then you should use this one. Okay, if you want to have circular dendrogram, then you should use raw graph, not for bar chart and pie chart. Okay.
Okay. So there are two requests that if you would like to recommend any reference material to work hands-on, and if you can show an example of uploading Excel file and then using to represent the data.
Okay, I will just quickly show you how to use that. Maybe because I will just use any random data very quickly. So maybe this A field is there, B field is there. I'm just using a very random data. So A, B, C field is there, and maybe you can put some values 2, 3, say 5, 7. I'm just copy and paste. So there are two ways of using this. You can just copy this data from here. Okay, so it might. Let me see if it works or not, because it is not exactly the comma separated. uh, and if you can paste it here, if it works. Okay, so this is the first thing you can copy paste. Otherwise, what you can do, you can just upload this file. So I will save this file. Just save it in the desktop, say example1, and upload your file here. Okay, so I will have to close this one. You see, so this is it's all it will take it as comma separated by its own. So now you can try different kind of visualization for this data. So I have used this random data. Otherwise it's very simple. You will have to just upload, go here and drag and drop your file and upload your data from your computer. Yeah, I hope this is clear.
Yeah. Yes, so there are no further questions as of now.
Okay. Okay, fine. So this was the basic introduction of raw graph, and I would recommend that if you want to have some innovative or different, unusual, or not very common kind of visualization, then you should use this one. Otherwise, for basic kind of visualization, Excel is sufficient. On the second step, SPSS, and again, if you want to have more kind of visualization, then you can go for R or Python. And for if you don't want to have coding kind of thing, then there are other options also. Let me explore this one, which I find very interesting. The first one is Google Charts. So if you click on again, you open your browser, and if you type Google Charts, so this is here, uh, charts Google developers. And if you want to see this chart gallery, again you will have different options, but the problem is here it is you have will be involved in some kind of coding. So chart gallery is there. You can see different kind of chart. This is for the this is geo chart, scatter chart, and the histogram, bar chart, combo chart, area chart. Different kind of charts are there. This is a hierarchical one also, tree map, and annotation chart. So you can explore these chart here. Okay, so different kind of area chart, bar chart. Let me show you a few different kind of charts. Say uh, again, the here timeline is also there here also. So this is a timeline chart. Let me this one. So Washington, Adams, and this one. Vega chart. So yeah, this is a heat map, and this is quite like contour like plot. So bee swarm is here. So you can explore the word tree. So for for say uh, for humanities people, this might work like uh, this kind of chart can work. And miscellaneous, there are different examples also. So these charts are there, but as I said, it involves some kind of coding, not that much, but let me show you how you can use it. So for example, bubble chart. So this bubble chart is here. Code it yourself in JS Fiddle. You can open this example. Maybe this example, what you will have to do, you will have to just replace this data. Okay, so you can just copy and paste your data in this format, and you can visualize it. Okay, so the shortcut is this one. So if you are comfortable with this kind of thing, then you can use it. This is not like a raw graph, but here there are different kind of options I believe here. Maybe for example, if you see diff chart, so diff chart is here. So this is the option, and what you can do, this medicine 1, medicine 2, And if pie charts is also there, you can see the different kind of pie chart is available. So two layers, and this is again, non-numeric kind of data. Non-numeric kind of representation is also there, including numeric data. So if you want to have your data, then you will have to replace this, copy and paste your data in this same format. So your first value, second value, and separated by this comma, and value should be in the quotation mark, and surrounded by this square brackets. So in this format, if you can copy and paste your data in this format, then you can use this one. So if you are comfortable with a little bit comfortable with this coding thing, then you can export this one. Otherwise, raw graph, and I will show a few more other options also. You can explore those things also. Okay, let me show one example how to we want to have it. Then you will have to click on this code it yourself on JS Fiddle if you want to have this kind of chart. So click on this one, and what you will have to do, you will have to replace these values. So these are values. So vice president, if you want to have this kind of chart, then replace these values with your values and click on run, and you can save it also. Okay, so this requires a little bit more effort, but I just wanted to show you that this is also one of the option to have different kind of visualization. Other options are like Grafana. I will just name it now because it's not possible to cover all these tools. Grafana is you will have a kind of dashboard to visualize uh, live visualization. So it's not for for humanities or social science. So if you have, so it's very it might be very useful for commerce people from the commerce background. If they want to have kind of dashboard to have live visualization for say stock data, or maybe for some kind of marketing data, social site data. So for that kind of visualization, Grafana is there. Again, Dundas is again for the live visualization. So I am just naming it. You can find out according to your requirement. Microsoft, so as Google has provided this Google chart option, Microsoft also provides this Power BI. So Power BI is again very useful tool for visualization, and you will find hundreds kind of charts in this Power BI also. Okay, so it can be downloaded on your computer. Unlike this Google chart, it is online tool. So you cannot download it directly. You will have to use it online. But Power BI, you have the option to use it on your computer. You can download it, and it's if you are familiar with Excel and SPSS, then you can use it this Power BI also. So Power BI, you will find hundred of different options also for visualization. You will find several options which are not there in the Excel. Okay, so Power BI, you can explore this Power BI. Water graph is again famous one. Tableau is again, this is I would recommend if you want to have different if you want to switch say from Excel or SPSS to some other tool where you don't want to code too much, then you can go for Tableau for that. Tableau is there. There's one more tool, Nime is also there. So these two are options where you don't have to code anything, and you can switch to these tools if you want to have more kind of visualization. So you can see these different visualization things are there. This for geography people, and maybe for the historical trends and content performance. So different kind of tools are there. So Tableau is recommended, highly recommended, if you don't want to go into the coding part. Okay, so Power BI, Tableau, these two are options where no not that much of coding is required, just like raw graph. And this annotation, this Google chart, a little bit of coding is required. R coding is required. Python coding is required. Okay, so these are the options, and that's it. I think these tools are sufficient for any kind of visualization. So if you have came across different different kind of visualization which have you seen, most of us use these kind of tools only. So any kind of visualization is possible with these kind of tools. So raw graph, Tableau, Power BI, Google Charts. These tools provide you more flexibility in visualization, and apart from the traditional ones. So traditional ones I have repeated several times. So the traditional ones is the basic one is Excel, SPSS, R, Python, and apart from these tools you can use where not that much of coding is required. All right, so that's it for uh, today. If you have any doubt or any query, then uh,
Yeah. So there's one question actually by Dr. Anjana Singh,
mhm.
and she's asking that can we link the data in Excel with the graph made here? She means to say that if there is any change in the paint file, will that be reflected in the graph here in
No,
the raw
not
graph?
you will have to again upload it again. Okay, so it's not linked directly. You will have to copy paste it again, or you will have to just upload it again. It is not linked directly. Okay, if that is the question.
Yeah. Okay. So I think these were the questions and for the session. So
Okay, so that's it. So let's stop it. And if you have any doubt or query, you can just put it on discussion forum. This video will be available on the portal if you want to see it again and practice it. I'm sure if you uh, just you can plot these kind of graphs, it will make your research publication more interactive, and you need these kind of things. Okay, so you see this is the rise and flow of the political parties, so no one can say that this kind of visualization is valid for science people only or commerce people only. Visualization is there in now in every field. So you can see Lebanese election law, sharpening the lobbyist of Swiss parliament. So visualization is necessary now, and it makes your research publication more interesting. So you can explore these tools. I know that it is very less time to go through these tools, and I have covered it very rapidly, but you can go through this lecture again and try exploring these tools on your own. And if you come across special very different kind of difficulty, then you can post it in discussion forum, and we will take care of that. Okay.
okay. So I think thank you, Dr. Rajput, for today's session. As one of the participants said in the chat box, it was indeed a qualitative, skilled, and understanding session. So thank you once again for sparing time for this.
Thank you, everyone.